Hello and welcome to the 1962 Mobile Scout. I don't know if they had a name for this model, probably either a 10-foot or a compact if they had it. If you've been in the vintage camping world, you recognize this as being very, very similar to the Shasta compact of the same era. Almost exactly the same dimensions, almost exactly the same curves. Notable difference is the small window above the rear side window. So this will be the preliminary assessment of the vehicle, looking at the things that made it a candidate for possible restoration. We won't know for sure until we get a little bit deeper in. So let's take a look. So just looking from the curbside, while things are really rough, we have pretty much complete sheet metal, which is one of the things that I find hardest to source. Obviously lights and things like that are not going to be a thing. The door does exist and it's interior. Around to the back. Oh, well, it's also worth noting the window appears to be pretty complete in a lot of its substantial hardware. Complete, that is, for having no glass at all. But complete is a relative word in this world. Moving around to the back side, we have God only knows what this custom add-on is, but presumably it had a spare tire, maybe something strapped to it. It really is almost impossible to say. We have some significant damage in the lower right, and it's possible we'll need to do sheet metal replacement below a certain point in here, but my hope is to be able to pound that out as things go. Up to the ceiling / roof, you can't see a whole lot from here, but things are more or less good. Some hail damage that you would expect. That's about it. Moving along to the street side. Again, we see the corresponding upper little window, which would have been for a bunk more than likely. I don't actually know the Mobile Scout original just yet. I'm not sure what's going on with this other piece of sheet metal. Some kind of I don't know. Sometimes people will cut things for AC or something, but that wouldn't be the case. And I don't think it was any kind of vent. So Lord knows what happened there. Probably the small circle would have been for shore power to be connected. We do have a water filler on this side, but again, what I'm looking for here is sheet metal to be intact, some of the J molding trim that goes up and over to be there, and all of that is sound on this. Moving around to the front, we actually have glass in this window, pretty classy. Looks like things are okay here in the tongue. Of course, we have significant rust in the battery and propane compartments. I'll probably be abandoning both of those, so I'm not overly concerned about it. We do have some kind of a patch. Presumably somebody ran into the classic tree or something, but the patch looks relatively serviceable. With some resealing, it shouldn't be an issue. The only thing other on the external is our cargo hatch appears to be complete. Wheels, of course, are shot. There's a step that may or may not be original. I'm not totally sure. It says New Moon on it, which I have not yet researched, so we'll see. That more or less concludes the external assessment, and we will come back for the internal.